You're watching SBA Today. With all the latest news, stories, and advice, here are your hosts, Paul Long and Tonya Mazurek.
Welcome to SBA Today, presented by Res Title, your SBA title experts for the week of September 1st. God, I can't believe I'm saying September, and I can't believe that we're actually together. I am Paul.
Know. And I'm Tonya. And
Nice
if
to
you
meet
guys
you.
don't remember us together, I mean, it's supposed to be a Paul and Tonya together kind of thing. What the heck? Where you been?
Summer.
What you been doing?
I don't know, just traveling around, doing cool shit.
Oh, Madison.
That's right. This is for kids. I don't know if that's considered.
So y'all get it anyway. Yes, and you know all my changes. So I moved to a new shop. Everything is different. Everything is awesome. Anyway, national instead of regional, and yeah. And I started my new Tonya's Tidbits back up again. I used to do those like back in 2017 and 2018. Figured I'd start that back up again. Regardless, guys, we're gonna jump to the news because otherwise, you know, Paul and I could catch up all day, but I don't think y'all want to. That's true. So, instead, let's jump in. All right, top story is fees, new fees. All right, fee waivers, and I'm gonna go ahead and just read off here. Fee waivers for manufacturers. Yeah, there's some new stuff going around or around it. Some old, some new. Anyway, for 7A loans to manufacturers, NAICS Sectors. Now, remember the NAICS Sectors because you got to look that up and be very clear on which one we're talking about, right? But the NAICS Sectors 31 to 33, 950K or less, the upfront fee will be $0. How much? How much are we talking? 0% on all existing programs. For 504 loans to manufacturers, again, NAICS codes 31 to 33, including loans made under the 504 refinancing options, the upfront guarantee fee and the annual service fee will be.
Yeah.
Same. All right. I like saying 0%. Do y'all like hearing 0%? Yeah, they're really
it's a catch-22, actually, right? Because it's a catch-22 when you have zero. Zero's good to sell, but is it good on the back end? So it's very interesting. I'm glad to see that they're doing this. I'm actually not surprised. I totally smelt this coming as soon as they did that. And I think we probably will see some other industry-specific fee waivers. That's what my crystal ball says.
Well, and I don't think this is going to be, I mean, this isn't a forever thing, I don't think. I think they are doing it to up the program like they tend to do. I don't think it's going to be as long as they've done prior with some of the 0% where they got themselves in trouble. I think they for sure hopefully learned a lesson when it came to that. But I do think it's actually to try to help up the program and get things started. And not all of them are changed. So we can, I guess, keep going into that too. So no change this year, at least. There's no change from this year for loans with a maturity that exceeds 12 months. The upfront fees are still, let's see here. Loans 150K or less, 2% of the guaranteed portion of the loan. The lender may retain no more than 25% of the fee, i.e. at least 1.5% must be remitted to the SBA. Oh, so they get a little bit on top. No.
Gimme. I'll take it.
For loans of 150K or $150,001 to $700,000, 3% of the guaranteed portion of the loan. All right, and let's see here. Loans $700,001 to $5 million, 3.5% of the guaranteed portion of the loan, up to and including $1 million plus 3.75%. Let's explain that a little bit. Whenever let's say it's a $5 million loan, people get so confused with it. You take the first million, guys, and of the guaranteed portion, it is 3.5% of that. Then the next 4 million, from $1 million and $1 up to $5 million, then you do the calculation at 3.75 and you add the two together.
Yes. However, make sure you discount the SBA guarantee when you're doing that. Because remember, the maximum guarantee is 3.5. I've done that to myself so many times, and I'm like, are you going there too? It happens.
I saw your hand and I was like, no, I'm just going to keep going because I know
you go, girl.
Anyway, all right. So we got that. There's no change to the upfront fees on the SBA Express loans made to veteran-owned small businesses. These are the ones owned and controlled by veterans or their spouses, or a spouse.
I want to pause for a second.
Yeah.
I have seen so many spouses take advantage of this program.
Oh, so have I.
And it's one of those things you don't necessarily think about it. Like, oh, I'm a spouse of a veteran. You're thinking to yourself, wait, what? Oh, you qualify. Like, I always have to stop myself, but it's a common thing.
I think that's really good to bring up, Paul, because I think that's really an easy miss oftentimes. I mean, I think veteran status in general, too many don't think to ask the question.
Correct.
Do you know what I mean? They just don't. And so asking that question and the spouse, I mean, that helps people, right? If they're if they have served our country, they deserve some breaks here. Correct. So anyway, no change on that. Let's see. There's a clarification for the Working Capital Pilot and Export Working Capital Pilot program. So for WCP loans and EWCP, now I just told you what those were because we love our acronyms. Anyway, when 2 or more 7A loans are approved for an applicant, including its affiliates, bunching those together there, within 90 days of each other, and 1 or more of the 7A loans is a WCP or EWCP, the loan amounts are combined as if they are one loan to determine the percentage of guarantee and upfront fee relief for manufacturers.
Big fatty fee.
Big fatty fee. For purposes of calculating the upfront fee in this scenario, WCP and EWCP loans are not combined with any other 7A loans since their guarantee fees are based on the maturity. Do you want to go deeper into that, Mr. Pollard?
I do, because I love the Working Capital Pilot program. I think it's a super cool program, and I love what they're doing with that, and I love what they're coming out with the Mark loan, which is kind of riding the coattails of the WCP. So the bottom line is, and again, none of this has changed from the previous year. Got to give that disclaimer. But when you have maturities greater than 12 months, it's all dependent on how long the term is. So, 0.25% of the guaranteed portion if it's over a year, and then based on the terms up to 60 months, it gradually increases. But again, the guarantee fee is a much smaller percentage. And I've had to stop myself multiple times when doing this and be like, that's it. I feel like, I'm doing $1 million working capital pilot and the fee's like, $2,500. And I'm like, something's wrong with my math. It's not. It's not. And it's awesome. So again, if you guys have not looked at the working capital pilot program,
it makes me tear up. It just makes me
our borrowers are getting a benefit.
Agreed. So, I think it's a great program, guys. You should absolutely check it out. So
I was actually shocked when I got the email late Friday. I was like, fees? What? And I look at my calendar. I'm like, oh God, it is the end of the year for the SBA.
The last few months have flown by, and then you and I haven't been together. I mean, it has been like this whirlwind activity. Same thing. It caught me fully off guard.
They say the world gets faster the older you get, and I think that's
it's going really
correct.
Slow for me, but it's going really fast for you, my younger friend.
Yeah, whatever. So this one took me by surprise too, and I don't know, Tonya, if you got the memo. Or let's be real, your executives got this memo, and that is the Fair Banking Executive Order. Every bank and credit union must respond to this, and there's questions if they have rejected anybody due to political, religious beliefs, and you have to invite them back to apply. And you have to share the list.
Share that with the government because.
Right. So, when I got this, I'm a smaller institution, so it's pretty easy for me to do. But the number one thing that I thought of on this, and again, I don't care what anyone's political beliefs are.
Yeah.
But I'm curious what Bank of America and I think it was Chase. The big boys are going to do this because there's a reason, if you read the news, why this was triggered. So it, again, I built the letter, I sent it to my legal team, and I go, here we go. Yeah. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, I don't think most people can answer that, with any actual. How do you know? How does a big guy know what every single person has or hasn't done for a political or religious belief? And I mean, I don't. Yeah, go, Tonya. I think you're going.
Okay, so, and how the heck are they going to enforce it? Because, it made me think of, right? So I had this issue where in my townhomes, my daughter had left out, God forbid, right, a gallon or whatever of windshield wiper fluid in our little space, right? So a gal walks by, she takes a picture of it, and I get an email stating, violation or something of covenants, right? I'm not, whatever. Anyway, we're not even going to go there. So I get that violation. I go out there, I pick up the thing, I put it away. I get no less than 4 letters after this, asking if I had done it. And I'm sitting there going, I did it within a half hour of getting the email. So the amount of money, anyway. So it just made me think of that, Paul, because it's like, all right, so they're putting out their violation or their whatever, right, for people to fix. How in the heck are they going to actually police it?
I'm going to swallow this one.
I don't swallow.
Nope, this is a public podcast. Anyway,
okay.
It's silly. It's silly is what it is. But we all got to do the dance, guys. So, but again, they made it very clear in their memo that, any politicized or unlawful banking detection, regardless of whether it directly involves an SBA loan or not, that's a big deal. So it's much larger than our world. Right. And then, if you don't respond, then that puts your institution not in good standing with the SBA and can take appropriate oversight action. So.
And what does that mean?
Shut you down or audit you or I don't know, whatever. But So again, I in this world, it's very interesting what comes across your email because you really never know what does. And here's the simple fact. So, anywho, our last story on there too. We talked a little bit about this last week with Lance, and that was the Biz Buy Sell came out with their Q2 Insight report, and they're always kind of a quarter behind. But again, there was a few other things that I want to.
Really good episode, by the way, with you and Lance.
Oh, thank you.
I always love having the Godfather on.
Absolutely. But what I thought was really interesting, there's a couple other things that were in there, is deal making is slower, they're stating, because of the new SBA lending rules. And, I personally don't think they're really a big fan of the 10% rule. And I think if any of your brokers are probably, stating that, and the full standby on seller notes, that's not really, it's we're used to it as lenders. Yeah. But to be honest though, thank God it's back. I'm sorry, brokers who are listening to this call. I'm glad it's back because from a risk and underwriting standpoint, those are the weirdo deals.
Well, it is not even okay, so think about this. It's not even just the risk. Well, it is the risk, right? But think of it from the borrower's perspective. Borrowers are getting into things oftentimes using that as the crutch to a degree, and they're getting into things that they shouldn't be getting into, which our job is to help them not only get what they're looking for, but sometimes, guys, it's to help them not get what they think they want because it's not what they need.
We're like the parents making sure that your kid doesn't fall and break his neck, right? Like it's a part of that.
Fun Nazi, that's me. Fun Nazi with my kid.
But here's one thing that this rule that on the flip side, I am sad that it went away because if you have me, let's say, who's worked for a business for 10 years and I want to buy it and I don't have much money in my pocket, that really tampers down what I can do as an employee to buy the business. Now, the full standby on the seller note is that solution, but the 5% with partial definitely made those more available. And I really hope, SBA, if you're listening, that, maybe if you're an employee for so long and you can prove it, then you can do maybe a 5%.
Right.
I think that would be an interesting approach, but it is what it is.
I agree with that because that helps everybody, right? It takes that risk away from the banks that are like nervous about how it's going down when it comes to a seller note with somebody coming in brand new, doesn't know the company, doesn't have the network, doesn't have the resources, that type thing, and gives more weight to those that are already there. So that is helping with the risk, right? So maybe I like your idea,
Well, hey, I hear Ginger's positions open, so if you want to throw me into there, I can get that taken care of. Ginger, we miss you.
Going there and then Ray going for Nagel. It's like, hey, we're just gonna
take over the world. That's right. Ugh, couldn't pay me enough. And then another one is that they're talking about is they're saying that 41% of business broker surveys reported delays caused by new SBA policies. Yeah. I would say the answer to that is probably your 4506, 8821, your tax transcripts, because that is a harder rule. And then they also said that the average time on market for businesses sold in the second quarter increased 12 days year over year. Now, are they saying it increased 12 days because of SBA? No, go pound sand. There's no way that's the case. But it again, facts are facts, right? They're also stating that, for buyers using SBA financing, 68% of buyer surveys said they're considering an SBA loan. So for all of us on this call, high five, woohoo, let's go make some money. And more than half, 55%, are unaware of the recent changes, which really in this case, good, right? Because they're used to old rules. Now, if the broker isn't familiar with those, that's where I have some heartburn.
Well, and you know what? It's our jobs to know the rules, people. It's our jobs to know the rules. That's why you come to us. That's why we help you. It's our jobs to know the rules. Buyers don't know the rules, nor can we expect them to know the rules. They're going to come with all kinds of stuff. And Paul, I want to ask you, what exactly does pre-qualified mean to you?
Did you read my mind? I saw it. Okay, I hate the word pre-qualified because we are not mortgage lenders.
No.
Okay. No. And pre-qualified, you can't be pre-qualified in SBA loans. So I want to make that very clear to our watchers and listeners.
Clear.
Now, nothing is approved or pre-approval or pre-qualified. I mean, I get, well, okay, hold on a second. The more that I'm saying this, pre-approval, no. Pre-qualified, my definition would be you've talked to a lender. They've at least looked at least the seller's discretionary earnings from the broker's package. Maybe you got a tax return. Maybe you've skinned it a little bit. You've looked at their resume. You've looked at their personal financial statement of the buyer. And you go, I think there's a deal there. That, in my eyes, is pre-qualification. And you clearly have something different by the look on your face.
Well, no. I hear you, but I still am challenged with it. So pre-approval, I can see, but that's not what they're talking about here. So pre-approval is a yes, because you can do that, but you've got a package and you've gone through it. And the basic thing is, okay, guys, as long as nothing comes out of the woodworks that I'm not aware of, that's going to slam into something, crash and burn, then it's likely going to move forward, right? A pre-qualification with an SBA loan, it drives me crazy. I hate when I get the request. So you get it either on selling, let's say selling a business, that type thing. Well, you can sit there and look all day long at that business and it can be the most beautiful business on the planet. And it's great, but we have to also look at the borrower. So it kind of, it goes hand in hand. Do you know what I'm talking about?
So you're talking about the business itself.
Well, I'm going to go both
for the broker.
Yeah, it's both sides.
But if you don't have the buyer and you have a 18-year-old out of college with a negative net worth trying to buy $1 million plumbing company, you know, you have 5 fingers, you're only going to use one.
Amazing for the right borrower. And then the flip side of that is you've got borrowers or people asking to get these borrowers pre-qualified. And it's like, for what? I can sit there and say what outside income they may or may not bring in and what their credit score is if they want to give it. And but experience-wise, it depends on what business they want to buy or purchase or build.
It's all about disclaimers. Let me put on my marketing hat. It's all about disclaimers. So if you only reviewed the business and not the guarantor, you better make sure that you have it disclaimed, your email, your term sheet, whatever, that it's pending that. It's pending review of the potential buyer. Otherwise, I mean, you're 100% right, Tonya. It's the business and the buyer together. Does that work? The business qualifies. Okay, cool. And
exactly. But then you're gonna get some borrower in there that like just, or vice versa. It's like, I don't know. I
have 80,000 in credit card debt.
It's like, how exactly do I do that? Because I mean, to really be fair and to give an honest opinion and judgment, you kind of have to have both.
Yep. Disclaim.
Hey. Well, it has been fun being back with you, Paul.
Yeah, ditto.
Let's not do 6 weeks again. Thank you very much. I mean, you know, a week or two here or there, but not 6.
Hey, at least you didn't get chosen for a murder trial, so that's good.
Dude, right? Yeah, guys, I did jury duty or was called for jury whatever summons last Tuesday, and thank God I did not get picked. That was going to be like a 4-day trial or something. It's like, nope, don't want that. Anyway, all right. Oh, well, hold on before we get off. Thanks for the content today. Wondering if you're ever doing segments on construction risk with all the changes in the SOP. Ooh, I'm doing my best to keep people. I think that'd be a really good one, Paul.
Thanks, Mark, for helping us with our topics for next week.
I do like me some construction. I think we can do something about that. Don't you? What do you think, Paul?
Yep. Let's do it.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Thank you for that, Mark Lawrence. Anyway. All right, guys. So that's the end of our show today. Join us every Tuesday morning for the live version here on LinkedIn and YouTube. Otherwise, streaming platforms. You can get it anytime. Go look at any of our previous episodes and or our family of podcast, I guess. The
Dysfunction.
Well, we're the SBA Today show, the BDO show, and the Art of SBA Lending, because they would love to see you. Go check out Res Title if you need a title company. They are our sponsors, and we do like them. Anyway, other than that, go out, and have yourself a great week. Reach out to Paul or I if you have any questions. We'd love to hear from you. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
See ya.
See ya.